He is the CEO and co-founder of the Muslim Entrepreneur Network. By the age of 26, he developed a seven-figure Amazon business and also created a movement in Muslims generating wealth and giving back to charitable causes. He then went on to establish himself as an expert in affiliate marketing and digital marketing product launches, as he went on to the launch of many campaigns that exceeded 7 figures and 6 figures in revenue. He recently launched his digital product launch agency and is in a relationship in Islamic development to help them build cutting-edge information products and services into the market. رحبوا معايا بهارون قريشي.
Hello, hello, hello. Testing, testing. 1 million, 2 million, 3 million. How's it going, people? All right. Are you ready? Right side, over here. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Woo! All right. All right, so let's begin. Brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. All right, so one thing you're going to know about me is I'm passionate, I've got high energy, and I need you all to have the same, okay? So within this short presentation, I want everyone to kind of sit up, take a deep breath in, get your energy levels up, get your focus up. No, you can sit down, Actually, stand up. Stand up, let's do it. All right, let's start that again. Brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. That's what I'm talking about. Now we've got some energy in the room. All right, so when I was invited to speak at this event, the question that came in my mind, or what came in my mind, was actually you. What came in my mind is, why are you attending this event today? Why is it that you're here, investing your time to be here? And I thought it must be one thing, which is you're here because you want to learn how to increase your income or how to grow your income from what you have already. Now, my presentation today is going to be about that. I'm going to be talking about how to develop a 7-figure business online within 12 months. Okay? So that is what I'm going to be talking about today within this short presentation. Now, where do I have to click? This way? Oh yeah, that's right. So I'm breaking this presentation down into 3 sections. Section number 1 is about my story, who I am, and how I got to where I am today. Section number 2, I'm going to be sharing with you the 3 core steps that I took to develop a 7-figure physical products business that generated over $1 million in revenue in sales within 12 months. And section number 3, I'm going to talk about the 3 core steps that I took to, again, develop not a physical products business, but a digital products business that hit over $1 million in revenue within 12 months. So I'm not going to hold anything back. I'm going to show you the exact steps that I took to take this and achieve these results in these time frames. Are you ready? Yeah. That's it, man. That's what I'm talking about. All right. So let's jump into my story. Some of you might be sitting there thinking, you know, this guy must be a genius, right? He's got 2 different business models, completely separate, and he's built $1 million businesses on both sides. He must have been one of those children that when he was young, he was building robots. Let's see if that's the case. So this is me. Somebody said, you know, you're probably thinking, I'm so cute, what happened to me now? So this is me when I was like 5 years old. Now, do you think I made that robot? Put your hands up if you think I made it. 2 people, 3 people, wow. Put your hands up if you don't think I made it. All right, most of you are unsure then. The answer is, I didn't make that robot. Okay, I never made that robot, and I was never a genius as a child. In fact, I was completely the opposite. My teachers one day came to me and they said to me, Haroon, we are going to be putting you in a special class. And that class, that group is called SEN. And that stands for Special Educational Needs. In other words, what the teachers were telling me as a child is that my intelligence level, my intellect, is far below all the other students. And they could see this because whenever I did any exams, any tests, my results were always D's, E's, and F's, right? Which basically mean fail, okay? So as a child, I was always failing in everything that I did. And I remember one day trying to do my times table with somebody, and they said, and I just couldn't do it. And they said to me, "You're stupid." And as a child, I developed a belief. And that belief in my heart, I'm stupid. I'm a failure. I'm never going to achieve anything. And that resulted in my academic studies as a child. I then went on to my teenage years. And as a teenager, because I felt inadequate, I felt that I'm not good enough, I was conformed to society on how to dress, how to act, how to think, how to talk. So this is me as a teenager. I was a bit of a gangster, quote unquote, right? Acting like I'm a gangster. I used to walk around, what boy, I think I'm a gangster. I'd put a frame in front of me to feel like, I'm somebody important or I'm somebody good, yeah? But I was just conforming to society. Now, at this stage in my life, as a teenager, I developed another belief. And that belief is money is evil. Money is evil. That was the belief I had in my heart. So I was like, look at all these evil rich people, the governments, the Illuminati, these people, blah, blah, blah. If you're aiming to be rich, you're an evil person. That's what I had a belief in my heart. But really, it was an excuse. Because deep down, I never felt that I could go and achieve, a good academic career or go into a nice job in the city and earn a high-paying job. So I needed to make an excuse. I needed to make somebody else the villain. So as a teenager, I went into school and the same thing happened. I used to get D's, E's, and F's. And I pretty much failed at everything that I did. The teachers tried to help me, but it never worked. College, D's, E's, and F's. And then I went into university. So I went into university, and it was a 3-year program that I was in. And the first year, I skimmed it through because I had the help of my friends. So I managed to, just about get by. The second year, I just about got by because of that as well. But something happened in the third and final year. All my friends that were supporting me to get through university, they all left me. They all left me because they went to do a 1-year work experience in a company. Because I had no passion or a vision or motivation to go into a company and build myself up, I stuck back to finish my education. I just wanted to get done with. So I'm here in the most important educational year of my life, all by myself. And looking at my history, what was I looking to get? D, E, and F's, which is all failed. So I had an option there. Either I was going to sink or I was going to swim. And while I was at university, I finished the final year. Obviously, straight away, I didn't know what results I got. But I traveled, and I went to a country, you might have heard of it, it's called Egypt. Has anyone heard of Egypt before? Yeah? We are in Egypt. Now, I'm pretty sure, this picture was taken about 5 years ago, and I'm pretty sure this was near City Star Mall, which are just like outside, right? So, I took this picture here, and I came to Egypt for a few months, and it became my second home. And I absolutely love Egypt, right? Egyptians are like the nicest people. They're the coolest people here, So like Egyptian, I loved Egypt. The country is very relaxed, all these things. There's just one thing I didn't understand about Egyptians though, right? Which is like the language. They twist letters around, which used to confuse me a lot. So I'll go to somebody say, Aina masjid. They'll say, masjid. I'm like, what's a masjid, right? And I just didn't understand. And then, they got the P and the B. So there's no P, a letter P, so they use B. So if you go to like a parking spot and it says no parking, they'll say no barking, which is what dogs do, they bark, right? So, and the worst one was I went out to play football and I didn't know where the football pitch was. So I went up to somebody and said, where's the football pitch? He said, football pitch. And I'm like, is he swearing at me? So, the Egyptians are lovely. Thank you so much for inviting me. You guys are awesome. So, thank you. All right. So while I was in Egypt, the day came. The day came when my results for university came out. So I remember going to this internet cafe, small internet cafe, where I used to go go on the internet. Internet was really slow. And what happened was, I remember going there 1 o'clock in the morning. You had these 6, 7-year-old children, 1 in the morning playing Grand Theft Auto, which is an 18+ game, right? But I went into this internet cafe. I opened my student portal to look at my results. What did I get? And I was shocked. Module 1, A. Module 2, A. Module 3, A. In fact, I was 2 marks away from getting 6 A's and 2 B's. Something happened in that last year of university. How is it that me, somebody who's failed my whole life, within a space of 1 year, became from the worst student to the best student in class? And the way I did it is what I call the success formula. And I apply this in any area of my life, whether it be my finances, my health, my family, every area of my life. And it's very simple. If you want to get any results in your life, there's 3 things to do. Number 1, decide, solidly in your heart, decide on what result you want. So remember I said I have a decision. I'm either going to sink or I'm going to swim. I just said I'm going to give it my all. It's my final year. Let me go all out. So I used to go to my teachers and say, listen, I'm going to get an A for this. Teach me how to do it, right? So in my brain, I just put that as my decision. Number 2, I found a mentor who was in the same position as me and got the results that I wanted. So these mentors included my teachers. They knew the formula for success in my coursework and exams. I used to pay the students in the year above to teach me how to pass an exam. And number 3, I took consistent action and followed the formula that they taught me. Okay? That's how I passed university. The same way in your health. If you want an objective, I want 6-pack abs, yeah? Or I want to lose weight. That's your objective. Decide. I'm going to do it. Number 2, you find somebody who achieved those results, right? So I've got a personal trainer. He's like a competitive bodybuilder. He's my mentor. Number 3, he gives me the formula to success. I take consistent action until I get those results. So I came back from Egypt, and what did I need to do? I needed to get a job. So I was hunting for a job, and there was one job I wanted really, really badly. The pay was amazing. The opportunity for growth was amazing. And they invited me for an interview. I was so excited. So I remember going to this place. It was a nice, beautiful building. I walked in, I sat on the couch. They said, would you like some free Coke and this, that? And I was like, I need to work here. And the man came and interviewed me, and I completely blew him away. I said, I understand the vision of this organization. I understand the empire that you're going to build, and I'm going to grow it with you. I'm going to have my own department. I'm going to have my own team. I'm going to build this empire as well for you, and this is my vision for this. And he was like, wow, this guy is motivated like crazy. And something strange happened. He said, I love you, you're doing great, but somebody else needs to interview you. So I said, fine, bring it on. So somebody else interviewed me. I said the same things. I blew them away as well. Then something strange happened. Somebody else came and interviewed me. Then somebody else came and interviewed me. Then somebody else came and interviewed me. And then I knew something's not quite right. I realized this is not normal for these amount of people to interview me for a job. And then the first man came to me and he said, listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I really like you, right? And, you know, you're really motivated. I understand your vision on helping build this empire. And, you know, if it was my decision, I will give you the job. But there's one problem that I have, and that is you have a beard. He said, you have a beard. And the reason why that might be an issue for us is because our culture in our office space is like a jungle. People are making jokes of each other, they're making fun of each other. So, you know, we have it very relaxed and we just don't know if you're going to fit. Long story short, just because of that one issue, they didn't give me the job. And from that day, I made a decision for myself. I made a decision. I'm not going to sit there working 9 to 5, 40 hours a week, over 2,000 hours a year on helping build somebody else's empire. I'm going to build my own. So I made a decision that I'm going to be financially free. I'm going to find a way to do it. And when the time came, I made that decision. And what did I use? I used the same model, the success formula. If I want a result, first, what was my result? My first objective was to make the same amount of money I would have in a job, right? So I never need to work in a 9 to 5 job. Second thing, I went out there and I researched and I looked at different business models and I found an amazing model, which was the Amazon private label model. The reason why I loved it so much is because it's all automated. Like right now, my product is being sold and it's being fulfilled and I'm making money while I'm speaking to you right now, right? That is the beauty of the Amazon model, which I'm going to be showing you. Okay? So from there, you know, I basically realized this is a huge potential. Within 3 months of setting up my Amazon business, it was making over $80,000 a month in sales. And within the first year, it hit over $1 million in sales. I then saw this huge opportunity, and I realized there's other people like me who, you know, they don't want to work in a 9 to 5 job. If they had more money, it would mean that they only do more good for the world. They'll give more to charities, zakah, and these things. So I set up the Muslim Entrepreneur Network. And from there, the student-based group, we've got nearly, you know, between 500 to 1,000 students. Last time I sent a survey out to see how much they're making in sales with their businesses. They are currently collectively making over $1 million in sales every single month. Okay? So what we were able to achieve in this short period of time was amazing. But I wanted to take it to another level. I knew that entrepreneurship is far bigger than me. And I knew that I wasn't an expert at everything. And I knew entrepreneurship and business is far bigger than Amazon. So I looked and searched for the best people out there to join that had the same vision. And, you know, I was joined by these two beautiful guys. One, his name is Komreza. You might have heard of him before. He's sitting there, right? And the next one is Haroon Rasheed. Yeah, go for it. The second one is Haroon Rasheed. He's built an amazing physical products empire selling Islamic clothing. It's a multi-million-dollar brand that he's built, an absolute expert in his niche. And you know, if you see him as well, you know, feel free to annoy him and ask him questions. He's got like a whole few shops, even in Egypt and around the world. Absolutely amazing guy. All right, so now we are going to jump in on how to develop a 7-figure physical products business in 12 months. Who's ready? Yeah! All right, let's throw some balls then. Are you ready for it? I'm going to do one this side, one this side, one this side. Oh, yeah. He's got it. All right. Oh, that's funny. Funny guy. All right. Where's my water bottle going? It's here. All right, so we're going to jump into some, yes. Oh, there's no more, oh, there is balls. We'll do some later. All right, so now I'm going to share with you, this is good, jumping into section number 2 of the presentation today, which is how to develop a 7-figure physical products business in 12 months using Amazon. Now, I know this is going to be quite information intensive. I've simplified it and made it as easy as possible for you to understand. And I also know you're going to have 101 questions as well. So don't worry, by the end of this presentation, I'm going to give you some free resources for you to understand the whole business model on how to get it set up all the way from launching your first product on Amazon. Cool? All right, let's jump into this then. Step number 1 is finding a hot selling product on Amazon, okay? So what I do, I get rid of everyone in my house or wherever I want to work, go to a coffee shop, and I spend a good hour, 2 hours, 3 hours researching, okay? I go on Amazon.com, and I start looking at all the categories, the bestsellers, what people buy with the bestsellers, and on Excel, I start creating a list of potential products, okay? And there is 3 criteria that I have when it comes down to selling a physical product, right? Number 1 is it needs to be private label potential. It needs to have private label potential. Let me explain what this means. Private label potential is when there is a product in China or anywhere else that is already manufactured, it's already made, and all you need to do is put your logo on it. So you don't need to have a team to develop the product and all this long-winded stuff. You know, it's very, very simple. And I'll give you a quick example. I have an iPhone 6 here. Can I get an iPhone 6, put my own logo on it, and sell it as the H phone 6? Can I do that, yes or no? No. Why? Because Amazon will sue me. But what I can do, which is a private label potential, is an iPhone case. There's so many different cases out there that you would see, the same product, and you know, you can develop your own brand and sell it on Amazon, okay? By the way, who has the iPhone 7? Anyone? I don't understand, like, they don't really update anything anymore. I like Siri. Hello. Hello. Can you hear that? Anyway, that's another story. Okay, so the first one, it needs to be private label potential. Number 2, when you go on Amazon and start looking at products, there's a section that says description. And in there it says bestseller ranking, okay? Bestseller ranking. Now what that basically means is that there's like a table on this is the number 1 bestseller. So if you go for a product that's number 1 and it's not too competitive, then you know it sells hundreds a day, okay? If it's like, you know, around 500, you know it sells a few a day. So when I do select a product and it's private label, it's light, it's simple, I then make sure that those that are selling this product already, they have a bestseller rank between 1 and 5,000. Now what this is telling me is that there's demand for this product, okay? This metric, this information here, the bestseller rank, is telling me how much demand. I don't want to launch a product and think it might sell, maybe it won't. I want to know and sell a product that I know is that people are gonna buy no matter what, right? And number 3 is the reviews. So one of the reasons why Amazon is so popular is because they have a very good review system, which is all about social proof. It's all about understanding which is a good product, which one's worth buying. Now, if you go to a product and say iPhone 6 case, and it says, you know, 5,000 reviews, 4,000 reviews, 3,100 reviews, 500 reviews, you know, 12, you know, whatever, right? It's in the thousands. You know it has too much competition. Don't even go into it. Whereas if you go for something else, say the iPhone 7, which hasn't been out for long, it will have maybe 200 reviews, 300 reviews, 500 reviews, meaning that that's less competitive. So the third thing is I try to aim that my products on the first page, other examples, have a review range within 1 to 1,000 reviews. Anything above that, if you've got a few above that, is too competitive and I avoid it, okay? So these are the main 3 things. Now, once I've found some products, I select it, and what do? I go to a website called Alibaba.com. Put your hands up if you've heard of Alibaba.com. Yeah, loads of you have, yeah. It's a very famous website. So Alibaba.com, you just put in that product, you contact suppliers, how much is your cost, etc., etc. And if you're happy with it, then what you do, you send it to Amazon's FBA. All right? which is the fulfilled by Amazon, which is their warehouse, right? So you send it to their warehouse, and they will basically manage it for you. They will ship it. They will deal with your returns, so you don't need to do anything. You don't even need to store it, all right? So obviously, when you set up an Amazon account, it will teach you exactly all the steps. It's very simple on how to get that done. All right, so let me give you an example. So this is an example of a product that I launched. This isn't my product. This is a product of a multi-million-dollar brand in Germany, okay? A multi-million-dollar brand in Germany. And when I was researching this product, I thought this product is selling like crazy. The bestseller rank was like between 1 to 100, right? This was selling hundreds a day. And at that time, the reviews were very low as well, was, under a few hundred. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to launch this product, and I'm going to dominate it. I'm going to absolutely dominate this product. And I don't care, and this is my nature. When I'm in a business, I see it like war, right? I see it like war. It's like me against you. I'm going to find a way to completely destroy you and take out competition. I'm going to launch things that are better than anyone else. I'm going to give a better offer than anyone else. I'm going to put more money behind things that no one else is putting money behind. I'm going to do everything I can to completely dominate it. And it doesn't matter if you're a multi-million-dollar brand or even a billion-dollar brand. When I've made a decision to actually launch something, it's done, right? I'm going to own it. And you have to have a bit of a warrior mindset when it comes down to these things. Like, I'm like, the arrow that jumps from the bow. I'm like straightforward, and I know where my target is, and I'm going to hit that target no matter what. And if you walk in front of me, then you're going to get hurt and destroyed while you're at it. So I focused. For me, I knew this was a multi-million-dollar brand, but I knew I was going to completely take it out. Should I tell you why? Because look at it. It has one image, one boring, rubbish image. It has hardly any good text or keywords. There's hardly any bullet points there. And it's just boring. And it's expensive. Right? I got the same product and I made my own version. So this is my version. All right? What did I do? I added a bundle. And this is one thing I want you to realize. When you're launching on Amazon, don't just launch the same thing as everyone else. Look at Microsoft versus Apple. Microsoft used to dominate. But where are they now? They didn't innovate. So Apple completely dominated and destroyed them. That's the mindset that we need to develop. So I thought, what does my customer want? I looked at the bad reviews that the competitor got. They struggled to clean it properly. I added a cleaning brush. Which cost nothing. I added an extra slicer, cost near to nothing. I added a weight loss book, a recipe book, cost nothing. I added a bag. I added nice packaging. And within 2 years, the last 2 years, I've sold, last time I checked, 176,347 units of this product. So this is literally generating over 1 million sales every year without me even having to touch it and look at it. This is the power on Amazon. And I know some of you might be, into physical products. Like, you might be into like, Shopify or these things. But if you're not on Amazon, which is the world's leading e-commerce platform, if you're not on Amazon, it's like going to a cash point machine, putting in your PIN code, taking out the max money that you can out of your account, letting the money come out, and then you walk out without taking the money. This is a huge opportunity here, right? A huge opportunity. There was a time where, people can come on and they can make a lot of money with Amazon very quickly. It's not like that anymore. It's a lot more difficult. It's more competitive. But those that are serious and focused on it, the potential is still absolutely huge. All right? So, all right. So step number 2. Step number 1 is finding the product. Step number 2 now is building the listing. So do you remember the last listing I showed you? Let me go to this side now, because I was on that side last time. They had one image. In my listing, I have some good, nice images on different experience, different user experience, and who are you going to buy from, right? I've given them so much more value. The keywords that I've got, I use something called merchant words. it tells me, my competitor had the keyword spiral slicer, which has a search of about 408,000 every single month. I found another one called spiralizer that has 410,000 searches every single month. So now I'm like doubling on even the traffic compared to my competitors, right? So I've completely dominated it, and I built a better listing. I get better descriptions to show, each element of this product is so much better, and build a really, really good listing. So when the customer comes, they are wowed. Had the bestseller badge on this, still do. So let me summarize the whole launch process for you. Step number 1 is find a hot selling product, okay? Make sure it has private label potential. Make sure it's a bestseller. It has a bestseller rank between 1 to 5,000. Make sure the reviews are between 1 to 500. And then go on Alibaba.com, contact suppliers, and fulfill those products through Amazon's warehouse. Step number 2 is create your listing. You've got your product. The suppliers are going to be sending it down. So create your listing. Create some nice images, good quality text, and good quality bullet points. You can get designers, you can get writers to do a lot of this stuff for you. And then step number 3 is launch the listing, okay? Launch the listing. So now you're on Amazon. How do you actually start launching yourself to actually start getting sales? How do you get yourself on the first page? I use 4 things. I do 4 things. Number 1 is I get hundreds of reviews as quick as possible. And I do what I call a coupon giveaway. So I say, hey, who wants my product? It's maybe nearly $20, $15. I'll give it to you for $3 if you give me an honest review for my product. So I get hundreds of people buying me like that. And then within 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month, I'll have hundreds of reviews, more than my competitors, right? Number 2, I do Amazon ads. So Amazon ads is very, very easy and very, very simple. It's not like Facebook ads where you target pixels, this, that. A 10-year-old can do it, yeah? So when you're in the Amazon system, quickly set up some campaigns and you can start using Amazon ads. Number 3, I reduce my price. At the beginning, I want to buy myself to the top of the listing, right? So I reduce my price, even if I'm making a loss at the beginning, but now the sales are coming in. Now Amazon is seeing, hold on, this product is making some sales now. Let's start pushing it up on the first page, right? And number 4, if you can get some social media accounts, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and start doing some basic advertisements and showing what we call some social signals, Amazon recognize that. They see that this person is paying their own money to put this person's listing up and making sales. So let's increase his ranking. So these are the 4 things I do. For the coupon launch, you can use something called AMZ Tracker, which is what we normally use. It's highly recommended. Okay? So that is the summary of the Amazon model. Now let me show you how to build this into a 7-figure business within 12 months, all right? Now I don't want to lose anyone here on the mathematics, so stay with me here. If you get $1 million and you divide it by $20, why do I say $20? Is because each product you sell is most likely going to have a value of about $20 on average, right? So if you divide that 1 million by 20, it gives you 50,000 units a year. In other words, for you to make $1 million on Amazon, you need to sell 50,000 units. That sounds a bit difficult, right? Let me show you how easy it really is. If we divide 50,000 units by 12, because in a year, there's 12 months, right? That means every month we need to sell 4,167 units a month. 4,167 units a month. Still sounds a bit difficult, but let me show you again how easy it is. If we then divide that by 30, because there's 30 days in a month, that means that we need to sell 139 units a day, which is, let's round up to 140 units. So in other words, for you to make $1 million on sales on Amazon, you need to sell 140 units every single day on Amazon, okay? Now, how many products do you need to make that amount of sales? On average, each product, if you build it up to a decent level, will make about 20 sales a day minimum, right? If you've got a good product and so on and so forth, right? A decent product, it will make about 20 sales a day. So if we divide that 140 By 20, we'll get 7 products. 7 products. So if you want to make, in summary, if you sell 7 products a day with 20 sales a day each at approximately $20 per unit, this will generate you $1 million in revenue a year on Amazon. It's not that difficult. 7 products, launching them is not difficult. The first one might be a bit difficult because it's a learning process, but 7 is not difficult. And my recommendation is to you, launch 1 a month, right? For a whole year. So even if you launch 12 products, 5 of them fail, you should have at least 7 that do well. Some products are going to sell 50 units a month. Some might be 100 a month, some might do 5, okay? So obviously this is rough figures, rough estimates, but you can see how to build a solid, sustainable business on Amazon. All right, so now you're gonna be in for a treat. Now, I'm gonna show you something so powerful, and I absolutely love this. But before I do that, let's chuck some balls. Let's get that blood flowing again. Come on, are you ready? All right, I'm gonna try to. Oh yeah. Yeah. He's got it. All right. Okay. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to tell you a story. Because I know I've just given you some information. So I'm going to just ease your mind a little bit with the story. So there was this poor man who was on a very, very busy street. And this poor man, he was also blind. He was also blind. So he was poor and he was blind, and he was sitting down on the street, on a very, very busy street. And he couldn't see anything, and he felt the sun. It was a very, very sunny day, a beautiful day. The clouds were there, and he was just sitting there doing what? Begging for money. So he had a board next to him, and on this board, it said, "I am poor, give me some money." And hundreds of people were walking up and down this road. None of them were giving him money. No one was giving this poor blind man any money. And then a marketer came. A marketer who was good at copywriting. And he said, "Excuse me, do you mind if I can write something on your board?" And he said, "Okay, sure." So he got the board and it said, "I am poor, give me some money." And he turned it around and he got a pen out and he wrote something on there. And he said, "Here, I'm putting this here. I'll see you later." So he went to his office and he went to work, this marketer. At the end of the day, he came back. And he said to the poor blind man, "How did it go? Did anyone give you more money?" And he said, "What did you do? What did you do? Like, ever since you changed whatever you wrote on my board, my cup hasn't been stopped filling with money. What did you write on my board? Tell me, what did you write on my board?" And this copywriter, this marketer said, "You wrote on there, 'I am poor, give me money.' I changed it and I wrote, 'Today is a beautiful day and I cannot see.'" That's what he wrote on there. Now the kind of message I want to share with you, the kind of lesson in that is the power of marketing and the power of words. The power of marketing and the power of words. Because what you realize is the wording that he had now, the first one, "I'm poor, give me money," is about the poor man. But when he wrote, "It's a beautiful day and I can't see," it affected with the heart and the emotions of those people walking by. And in the same way, when you're selling a product and you're selling a service or you're selling anything, you need to put yourself in the shoes of your customer. Understand their world so you can speak to their heart, you can speak to their emotions, instead of just giving them some information and saying, "Buy this product." This is the power of marketing when it's done properly. Hey, it's me. All right. Okay. let's jump into the how to build a 7-figure digital product business within 12 months. Now, let me show you how powerful this is. When I was working in my last job, 9-to-5 job, I was making approximately £20,000 a year, okay? And that required me to work 40 hours a week, over 2,000 hours a year, right? What I could do right now with the power of this model is bring my laptop, I can send out one email, and I can generate and make £20,000 in profit within the next hour from an email. That's powerful, right? Now, what I'm talking about when it comes down to digital products in this area, I know a lot of different people have spoken about digital products. Some people might say, sell some apps. I'm not talking about apps. Some people might say, sell software. I'm not talking about software. What I'm talking about is online information courses. Online information courses. And the reason why I believe this is relevant to any one of you right now with your businesses or businesses that you're looking to develop is because I guarantee you, within any niche, you can develop this. Whether you're an Uber driver, whether you're a builder, whether you're a marketer, whether you're an Amazon seller, a Shopify seller, if you develop information products online, I guarantee you it will take your business to a completely another level. And this is an area that I focused on. I've got I've had huge success in this area. I'm helping other leaders in different niches, from health, from relationships, from finance, from Islamic development, to develop products within this area. And I'm going to show you exactly how I do it. So in your niche, in your area, the first thing you want to do is you want to find out what course to develop, right? So you're asking yourself, what do I need to develop? What you need to do to find that out is you need to put yourself in the shoes of the customer now. You need to put yourself in the shoes of the customer, and you do that by sending out a survey. You need to send out a survey to your audience and ask them what basically they want. Find out what they want, what is their biggest pains, what is their biggest desires, what is the problems they want to resolve in your area. And I ask mainly one most important question, which is, what is your number one single biggest challenge in the area that they're focusing on right now? So what is your number one single biggest challenge in making money online right now? What is your number one single biggest challenge in getting married right now? What is your single biggest challenge in losing weight right now? Whatever your niche is, whatever your background, whatever product or service you're launching, if you're not sending out surveys and getting data, your competition will blow you out the water. Data is like, you know when you see the people with the sand and they shake it and then you see gold nuggets appear? That's what you need to do with this data. And first I start off with a nice open question. So I have loads of people giving me their life story. This is what happened and this is this. And that's allowing me to put myself in the shoes of my customer now. I'm engaging with them in their life. I'm seeing the world through their vision. I see their pains, their problems, their challenges. So then I can use that information to create the perfect product information courses to them, and I can use that to build my marketing campaign. The second thing I do when it comes down to these surveys is I look at specific groups and segments as well. And this is what I mean by finding gold in the data. Here's an example of one I'm working on right now. So I'm helping somebody in the space of relationships and marriage. And I sent a survey out, and one of my questions was, which of the following best describes you? About 50% said single. This shocked me. Nearly 40% said divorced. Now think about that. How has that changed my game plan now? If I developed a product that didn't involve information and content around helping people that have gone through divorce, I could be losing maybe 40% of my market there. This is what I mean by when you actually go and do your data analysis, you will find gold in there. And this will define what kind of courses you will develop and what products you can develop for that specific niche. Step number 2, once I know exactly what product I'm going to develop, right, I build the brand. I build the brand, and the first thing I do is build the basic business assets, right? The brand assets. Very, very simple. What I mean by that is a logo, Facebook page, YouTube account, URL, website, yeah? Basic branding, I don't need to teach you that, you all know that. But there's one thing I do that I know majority of you, or not necessarily, maybe some of you do, but majority of people don't do this. When I build a brand, there's two things I want straight off the bat. There's two things I want. One is authority, and second one is social proof. Authority and social proof. And one very good way to get authority and social proof for your brand is to organize an event. Organize a very, very simple event. It doesn't need to be big like this. Even 20 people, 30 people, invite them for free, and you can do that. And then what happens is, when people are viewing the content, they're seeing that there's an audience, and they're seeing that you're on a position of advising them. Automatically, people see you as the authority. When you're interviewing them and getting testimonials and seeing that you're building a community here, social proof, okay? So these are the two things I do. And for those of you, whenever I come to any event, I say at this event, I'm going to focus on getting 3 actions from this event, okay? 3 actions that I choose. If you feel that this could connect with you, do an event. Do an event from this, do an event for your brand and your company, okay? So that's number 2. Another thing is, during the event, this will give you the opportunity to deliver your course. So if you're delivering a course of marketing, Amazon, marriage, finance, yoga, you name it, this gives you an opportunity to deliver the course, get some other experts to deliver some content, and then you can get somebody in the IT field and the media field to get that content, redesign it, put it up online, and build your online platform and your course, like using Kajabi, right? I don't do none of this myself, I get my team to do it. So this is a great way to actually deliver your course that you can then sell. And this is where the magic happens. This is really where the magic happens now. My launches are broken down into 4 sections. Section number 1 is the pre-launch. Now, in this phase, I do my survey. Yeah, I've already mentioned that. Number 2 is I build a community. My pre-launch is all about building the community of people that are interested in this topic and start building a relationship with them without selling them anything. I want to build that trust with them. So I give them free, valuable content. What normally works is training content and student success stories, okay? Training content and student success stories, and also invite them to your event. And in this phase, I'm looking to get their email addresses. I'm looking to get their telephone numbers. I'm looking to build a Facebook group. In other words, in this phase of the pre-launch, I want to build the community, give them value, build that trust before even selling anything to them. Stage number 2 is the pre-launch. So in this stage, the affiliates, if you know any affiliates, they can come on your campaign. But essentially what you want to do is create a funnel. If you don't know how to do that, just get somebody in the IT field to do it. I don't even know, I just get somebody else to do it. Of 3 core videos. And this is now to transition those people that are interested in your topic and start going through the process of becoming a buyer, okay? So there's 3 videos I do for that. Number 1, I launch a video to show the opportunity to start selling on Amazon, the opportunity to get married, the opportunity to improve your health and lose weight, whatever it is, right? Number 2, I show the transformation. So the 3 steps, the 4 steps, 5 steps that they then need to take to get that result. And number 5, the ownership experience. So the whole picture on what they need to do to actually go through that journey and get that result. So that's the pre-launch. Now I'm building up like an online event. I'm building that motivation. I'm building anticipation. They know something's going to happen because I'm telling them, I'm launching this. If you're interested, then this is the date that the cart's going to be open, which is the launch phase. Video number 4 is the sales page now. You know that this is a service that you want. This is a program that you want. This is the time when the doors are going to be open for you to join as a member. You do a good sales video. You email them sequence saying, doors are going to close. You do webinars to interact with them and answer some of their questions. And then number 4 is the post-launch. When doors are closed, when people have bought your program, you survey, why did you buy? Those that didn't buy, you send them a survey, ask them why you didn't buy, right? Number 2, you give them customer service. And number 3, you can scale this. All that hard work of developing your online course, your videos, your content is done. For the rest of your life, all you need to do now is send some emails out, click your fingers, send some emails out, maybe get a marketer to drive some traffic. All the funnels videos are done and you'll be making sales. If you want to launch it every 3 months, you can launch it every 3 months. Before launches a year, or develop some new programs every few months, and you'll be making money completely automated once the hard work is done. So summary of this business model. Number 1, content strategies. If I'm going to develop an online course within any niche, I first do a survey to understand what does my audience want to learn? What is their problems? What is it the solutions they want to learn? Number 2, I build the brand, so the logos, the websites, the images, and I organize an event. Number 3, I do the pre-launch to build the audience. I do the pre-launch to start motivating them and transitioning them into buyers. I do the launch to convert them into sales, and post-launch I look after them and ensure that they are happy with whatever they've just purchased. Now, the 7-figure formula behind this now is based upon how much your course is worth. My focus, my suggestion is, whenever you develop your online course within your niche, your background, is to make sure it's a premium product. Put your heart and soul into it, bring loads of bundles into it, so it's a premium valued course. The higher, the higher value you can make it, the easier it is to hit 1 million in sales. So if you do something simple like a $297 product, you need to sell 3,368 units every single year, essentially, right? So if you do 4 campaigns a year, each launch needs to do 1,000 in students. If you go more pricey, like nearly a $2,000 product, it's a lot easier. All you need is 501 students, and you've made 1 million in sales. Now, just on a note, for those of you that are affiliates, go for some products that are high-end, okay? I've hit nearly 2 million in sales in commission through affiliate programs of just one launch of a small 20,000 person mailing list, right? I've got some amazing results. And the reason why I got results is because if I'm ever going to be an affiliate for something, I have some very strict criteria. Number 1, this program that I'm going to be an affiliate for needs to have changed my life. I've got loads of people coming to me saying, hey, promote this, but I don't want to make a quick buck. I'm not interested in money. I want to change people's lives. So if this program has changed my life, I can communicate that and share my experience as an affiliate of how this product or this program changed me. Number 2 is I add value to what is already there. So if you're going to do an affiliate campaign for an online course, don't just sell the same thing and say, hey, buy this. Why would they buy from you and not just go direct? You want to buy a bundle of an offer. So give some extra mentoring, some extra information that no one else is giving. And because of that, they'll be willing to buy from you as an affiliate rather than going direct. Okay? And that cuts off work. So you can test this as an affiliate campaign. So this is the very simple strategy on how to do 7 figures in sales, selling in online information courses. All right, so now we're coming to the end of the presentation. And there's 3 main things that I want to share with you right now. Yesterday, Comrades said, we as the Muslim Entrepreneur Network are going to give you 30 days free access to our online membership platform. This has over 30 courses on it. Every week we're launching a new course. We've got a course called Amazon ABC, which goes through the whole Amazon system, step by step, on how to make an account, how to set up Amazon FBA, etc., etc. For those of you are interested in Shopify, this week we're launching a Shopify course on how to dropship products and launch your first Shopify website. I'm also going to be developing a digital launch program as well on how to launch a digital product and go into more depth, right? This is the value of this service is literally thousands of pounds of content. But we're going to give everyone it in this room for free for a whole 30 days. It's normally just a small monthly fee of about £20 a month, but for the whole month, we're going to give it to you for free. And this offer is going to go down today, right? Or hopefully tomorrow. I can tell my IT guy to get it done tomorrow to give you a bit more time, right? Don't worry, the brother was like... So make sure every one of you signs up for this. You go to the website, muslimenetwork.com. If you get your phone out and take a picture of this, you can take a picture. The coupon will be there anyway, right? You get 30 days free access. If you want to carry on as a paid subscriber, we're more than happy for that. If you want to cancel at any time, you can cancel at any time. Very simple. From there, and it will give you the information that you need to set up these businesses. All right, in fact, I'm going to come to that. So there's one last thing. I'm going to end on a story. Okay, a last minute story, just 2 minutes, yeah? So I'm going to end on a story, a final story. Now, there was this man who was living in a village, and he had a job, and he basically got fired. So this man got fired, and this man in this village, he was in a problem because he has no money. How is he going to feed his family and his children? So he was in shock. He tried to find a job, but he couldn't find a job, and he was losing money very, very quickly. So this poor man in this village, he said, I only have one option now. I need to set up my own business. So this man, he sat down and he thought, what product can I sell in this village that is going to make me some money? What can I offer these people? And he came up with an idea. He realized there's a problem that this village has. He realized that because this village is so hot because of the baking sun, everyone in that village has to travel very far to the village next door to get ice, to get nice cold ice. And fresh ice, because the one from the tap is all very bad quality and it can make you ill. So he said, I'm going to start selling the ice in this village. So in the morning he woke up and he traveled very far on his bike, all the way up the mountain, hours and hours in the stream in the mountain to get nice pure water. And he got a big bucket. And then he went to the village next door, and there was a man there who had a shop, and in his shop he had a freezer. And he said, can I put my bucket of water in your freezer for maybe an hour or two? And he said, yes, but I have some work for you to do. You do this work for me and I'll let you use it for free. So this man did a bit of work. After 1 or 2 hours, it was, the sun was baking hot and he was tired and exhausted. And he opened the fridge and this block of ice was done. So he went outside, he checked it, he put this block of ice in the nice, air. The sun was baking down, but there was one problem. He was completely exhausted. He was tired and completely exhausted. And he thought to himself, I've got an idea. I've been working so hard. It's maybe 1, 2 o'clock. It's the hottest time of the day. Why don't I go and have a nap and go to sleep? Do you think he went and had a nap? Yes or no? Yes. There's one problem. If he goes and has a nap, the ice is going to melt. The ice is going to melt. So he had no option to go to the village and go and break this ice, put in more hard work, and sell this ice as quick as he can before it melted. Now, the analogy of this story, brothers and sisters, is this. That block of ice is like our life. Every second, every moment, our life is melting away. Every second, every minute, every hour, our life is melting away. And for the majority of the people, they go and sleep and rest. They watch TV, they just have a job, their life goes by and generations are going to go after them, 1, 2, 3, 4, they're going to be forgotten. They wouldn't have achieved hardly anything amazing. But we, those in this room, are very special because you have a mindset for something different. You are the 1% of people within this country that has a mindset to change this world and achieve amazing things. So use that small time that we have on this earth to, one, have a big vision and a big dream to achieve amazing things for ourselves, for our family, and for the world. Take daily consistent action. Be aggressive, be focused on achieving those dreams and having that impact. So when you're there on your deathbed, you can have that satisfactory, and inshallah, when you're standing in front of Allah on the Day of Judgment, you'll get rewarded for everything you've done and the change and the impact you created on this earth. Time is short, let's not waste it. Finally, for those of you that want to connect with me personally, if you're on Snapchat, add me right now, Haroon Qureshi 89. Add me right now. And for those of you that are on Facebook, just add facebook.com/Haroon Qureshi 89. You can like my page, message me, join the membership area, the Muslim Entrepreneur Network membership area. And from there, you will join our VIP group. You can ask me questions in there as well. I'll be more than happy to support you in there. And yeah, Jazakallah khair. Thank you very much.
أسئلة؟ تعالى. يلا. تعالى. واحد.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. طبعا بنرحب
Stop making my bed longer.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. مرحبا أستاذ هارون، والحمد لله تقديم رائع جدا بالنسبة لحضرتك. وإن شاء الله يعني بالنسبة اللي حضرتك عامله الكورسات ممتازة وكورسات كويسة جدا، ولكن اللي أنا بلاحظه 90% من الموجودين الغالب مبتدئين. فإن شاء الله وعد مني إن إحنا نعمل كورس إي ماركتينج من الصفر لغاية الاحتراف، وهيكون فري إن شاء الله على الموقع بتاعنا. معاك دكتور عادل حسين، أستاذ دولي في التسويق والتجارة الإلكترونية.
Thank you brother. جزاك خير.
هو ده إعلان بتاعي صح؟ مجانا. ماشي يا فندم.
اتفضل. ممكن تسأل بعض.
بالنسبة للشراء من على أمازون
على صوتك عشان ترانزليتور.
بالنسبة للشراء من على موقع علي بابا والتعامل مع أمازون FBA، إيه أقل بادجت ممكن واحد يبدأ بيها بيزنس زي كده؟ وهل لو البيزنس فشل لا قدر الله، هل سهل إرجاع المنتج تاني أو ولا بتبقى خسارة؟ ده أول سؤال.
هو سؤال واحد. كل واحد يسأل سؤال.
طيب.
Very good question. So from my understanding, he basically asked, how much money do I need to start off, right? My advice is the first product that you do, lose money. Lose money. Yeah? And the reason why I say that is because before I understood the model before properly and invested into a program and system to learn it, I tried it myself and I failed it, my first product, right? It did bad, but what I got from it is I learned the process and I mastered that process in the failing, okay? So don't have this fear of failure, of losing money. My suggestion is if you can get about $500 to put into one product as a test product, if it goes well and you make money, alhamdulillah, all good. If it loses money, it doesn't matter, and at least you learn the process so that the next product you don't make mistakes and you can you be more confident.
يعني ما فيش شروط معينة من أمازون FBA بالبادجت الخاصة بالستوك ولا ممكن أبدأ بأي رقم؟ حضرتك قلت $500، يعني ما فيش رولز معينة من أمازون؟
No rules. So my suggestion is, if you wanted to start off very, very simple, basic, maybe just order 50 units, 100 units to test it out, right? Learn the process. When you're actually very serious and you're confident, maybe initially order 200, 300, 500 units of a product to launch it. But if you've got more capital, that's even better. The more money you have, ideally a few £1,000s that you're willing to put in a product is a lot easier to grow and scale. But if you just want to test it out initially to learn it, then that can be done as well. Thank you.
هارون what is the minimum budget in dollars, not in product units? Because I think he didn't understand.
Yeah, so minimum
Yes.
I would say around, $500 approximately.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Dear Mr. Haroon, thank you very much for your interesting session.
Thank you.
I have 6 questions,
6?
very fast. First one,
Wow.
how to ship from Alibaba to Amazon FBA? What's the freight service you use?
So can you repeat that again? That was too quick. So you repeat the question?
Okay, how to ship from Alibaba to Amazon FBA? What is the freight service you use?
Okay, good question. What is the freight service I use? I don't use any freight service personally. My supplier does it all for me. Yeah, I'm very lazy. I just say, you do it. So they organize the freight service, they do everything. If there's any bills to pay, I'll pay it basically. So that's how I normally work.
So you just pay and he takes
Yeah, I don't manage the freight service. I get my supplier to do it normally. Some suppliers won't. I can't remember any off the top of my head, but because I've got one main supplier.
So you choose the supplier yourself, or
Yeah, I choose the supplier myself. They source my products, they find it, they send it. So it's a good relationship.
Okay. Second question: what are the guarantees for your goods are safe with Amazon?
Oh, are they safe with products? Are you saying what is the guarantee for your product safe with Amazon? Yeah, your products are very safe with Amazon.
Not the products, not the product. I am asking for are your products or your goods which you're now with Amazon, is it safe?
Yes. So it's safe. There's occasionally Amazon will damage your product and they'll break it, but they'll give you money back for it.
Okay. What are other niches you work on other than camps?
Sorry, repeat that.
Other niches you are working on other than camps. I saw you are working on camps, not Muhammad Ali Ogil. I'm sorry. What's the niches? What's the products? The best-selling products you choose? How you choose it?
Yeah, it's very difficult to say the best-selling products because every niche has good products in there. You could do car and car products, car and automation. You can do home. You can do kitchen.
If you are working on jewelers, it's very hard, but it's not selling.
What I do, I don't look at one category and say this is the product, this is the best. I just sit down and I start researching what is the best at that point. I got top 3 potential products, and then I choose it and I launch it. So I can't really say that this is the best niche. It's a very difficult one to just say do this one.
So the other question: what about the customs on the target country, USA? You pay it or what?
So customs to USA is very easy. There's no real problems. Again, the freight forwarder or the supplier will manage that. It's not difficult. If you're going to go on Amazon.co.uk, then there's a bit more difficult elements into it. But you will learn that within the membership.
So all of your work is with the Amazon USA, right?
USA and UK.
Okay. But you are sending to Amazon FBA for USA only, and they are shipping to other countries.
Yeah, no. So what will happen is Amazon FBA is in USA, and then in UK they have their own system, a different Amazon FBA system. So the products I want to sell to Amazon USA, I ship there. If I want to sell it to UK, I ship there.
So the last question: what are the MOQs, minimum order quantities you are ordering from Alibaba? You are guessing I will sell about 1,000, so you are ordering 1,000, or you?
Yeah. So it depends on the person. So if they're just starting out, they're learning, they're testing it, even 50 units is okay. If they're a bit more serious, maybe 500 units, right? If you're then making sales and making money, 1,000 units, 5,000 units. So
thank you very much.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Thanks, Haroon. احنا هنطلع بريك دلوقتي بس البريك هيكون في الاكزيبيشن اريا. احنا عندنا شركات جديده دلوقتي هي موجوده هناك. عندنا نمشي، عندنا وفره ميديا، موبرين، موبوسي، ديجي زاج، ادز ابتيفا، كوكيز فاكتوري. الشركات دي كلها جديده دلوقتي موجوده في الاكزيبيشن اريا. احنا هنطلع بريك 30 دقيقه. في حاجه تانية سودو كوم برضو موجوده. اخر حاجه الاستريس بول برضو كلها موجوده دلوقتي عند الشركات في المعرض. اي حد عايزها ياخدها من غير بقى حتى او حاجه. انتوا هتكلموا الشركه هي تديكوا الايه الاستريس بول. عندنا برضو شركات ترافيك اللي ما يعرفهمش او اللي مش عارف هم بيعملوا ايه. كل الشركات اللي ممثلينها بيتكلموا بالانجلش دلوقتي موجود معاهم مترجمين، فاللي كان حاجز اللغه بالنسبه له حاجز اعتقد ايه في حل دلوقتي موجود هناك. عندنا افازو هي ترافيك نتورك، توب سelection نفس الكلام. ايه تاني؟ اخر حاجه بنوه عنها، احنا مالناش علاقه باي حد. بالدكتور عادل لما كان بيتكلم دلوقتي على موضوع الكورس اللي هو يعمله سواء مجاني او بفلوس، احنا مالناش علاقه. حلو او وحش انا ماليش علاقه. اساله قبل ما تاخده سواء عنده او عندي او عند اي حد تاني. اوكي؟ شكرا.